I'm using toilet tissue, good old loo roll, and if you can find one ply, that is perfect. And then I've just randomly torn them up into pieces like that. I'm going to use Elmer's school glue, and I've mixed it with water and I've made it quite watery. And all I'm doing is going to stick randomly, just keep going until you cover the whole surface. And then I will leave that to dry. You can speed it up with a hairdryer. This is all dry now. I've given the inside a couple of layers of paper and the outside too. Now I'm going to add some definition to the bowl. So I've taken a sheet of the toilet paper and rolled it up and twisted it, and I've put a layer of glue here. I've kind of marked around the bowl, and then taking the watered down glue, I'm going to soak it in. And it's not supposed to look perfect. This is a bowl made out of paper. I got a small dish. I couldn't get a plastic one. This is melamine, but it works just as well. So I've ripped up tiny pieces and I'm just going to stick them randomly like this on the top. And then when that's dry, I'll be able to rip, it'll be hard then, and I'll be able to rip bits off and make it look quite scruffy. I've already done this part. So while that's drying, I will now I'm going to attach the top to the bottom with some contact cement. So now we come to decorating it, and I have this beautiful handmade paper here that I've been dying to use on something. So I'm going to use this to decorate. Tearing and not cutting the paper, I like it to have a raggedy edge. And I've decided to do one more thing before I finish it. I wanted to add something on this white part here. So I've got this metallic thread, laying the glue down and then just adding some of these threads. You can almost see through it because that handmade paper is so delicate. It really glows when the light hits it. And the light is just picking up those little gold threads that I put on. I did spray the bowl inside and out with some matte varnish, just to give it a little bit of protection. I wouldn't use it for food. It really is just for display purposes only. From a plastic bowl to this. I'm really pleased with it.
What I love about this project is that it's budget friendly. We're starting with a toilet paper roll. All right, so we are going to start with our toilet paper roll, and we are going to cut it down to about half this size. So I'm going to use some scissors. So now that we've cut our toilet paper roll in half, I'm going to be using this side here. We're going to set this aside for now because we're going to move on to the next step. So I'm going to be taking an X-Acto blade, and I essentially want to create like a flat piece because this is going to be sitting on the ground and I don't want it to be unstable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X-Acto blade and I'm going to extend it out, and I'm going to kind of start shaving part of this piece away. Okay, so now that this is able to stand on its own, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching my toilet paper roll to the top. I want it to be directly over the base, so we want it to sit about right here. So I'm going to start by taking my glue and I'm going to go around the inside. I want it to kind of fall here. And I'm going to take my hot glue and kind of go around to the outside. And so I'm just going to continue to add glue around the surface, basically kind of completing the gap that I see in between the toilet paper roll and the foam round. All right, so now that this has been glued, I am still waiting for glue to dry a little bit, but we can start at the bottom of this and work our way up. So it should be set by the time we reach the top. Now I'm going to use an artist palette knife. I have kind of more of a wide spatula-esque one. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using. So if we open it up, you can see it's pink. So I'm going to take a big heap of this and we're going to just start layering it on. And ultimately what I'm trying to create is a really solid surface. And I want to try and make the surfaces relatively even But you don't need it to be perfect because we're gonna be doing another step after this that's gonna help kind of smooth the surface out. Once I've completed this, when we get a little further into this step, I'll walk you through some other pieces, especially when we come up here. But for now, we will just keep moving and I'll see you on the next step. So now we're at a point where we want to work our way towards the toilet paper roll. That's definitely a little more set. So it's kind of tricky. You're definitely gonna get your hands covered in spackle. So don't worry, nothing bad's gonna happen with spackle on your hands, but if you choose to do this with gloves, it makes sense. Now that this is dried a little bit, it's not fully dry, as you can see, it's still relatively pink. We can start tackling the top part of this. So we're gonna do essentially the same thing, but I'm gonna start by going over the exposed base of the toilet paper roll. So you can see I'm kind of covering it there. We want this to look kind of blended. We want it to look pretty seamless. And like I said earlier, it does not need to be perfect. We are going to be doing another step once this is all dry to really even out the surface and make it look really nice. So I let this dry for about 24 hours, and as you can see, it is completely white now. It's no longer pink. And we did the inside just so it looked pretty complete when you were looking at it from afar, or when you're looking at it closely. I just wanted it to look very cohesive and nice. So what I'm gonna do now is I have a sanding block that I've already used. So the sanding block is a little dull, so I'm gonna be using some 220 grit sandpaper. I'm gonna wind it around the block. All right, now that we've sanded this down, we're gonna wipe it off, and then we are going to take it outside and move on to our next step, which will be spray painting it. So here is the finished product of this high-end modern donut vase dupe, and I really love how it turned out. I think it looks great in my office, and I hope you feel inspired to try this project. Thank you so much for watching Home Talk, and I will see you next time.
For this project, I want to grab a roll of toilet paper from my bathroom. I'm going to start by mixing the Mod Podge with a little bit of water in this container. With the mixture ready, it's time to start layering the toilet paper into the molds. I'm going to spritz each one with a little water so that the toilet paper sticks to all of the nooks and crannies in each of the flowers. Then I can lay some toilet paper down onto the mold. I'm going to use a small brush to gently push the wet toilet paper into all of the little details in the mold. I want to be quite gentle so that I don't rip the toilet paper. Now that that layer is down, I want to gently brush on some of the Mod Podge mixture and add more toilet paper. As the layers start to build up, I find it easier to use a dry brush to push the toilet paper down. There's quite a bit of liquid now, so each layer sticks fairly easily to the one before. Now that I have about 6 layers of toilet paper in each flower, I'm going to leave them to dry. This typically takes about a day for them to completely dry out. While the molds are drying, I'm going to start working on the vintage mirror that I have. I'm going to use a creamy off-white paint to give it a bit of warmth and an antique look. It's going to take 2 coats of paint for sure. Now that the toilet paper is dry in the molds, it's time to release them. It comes out quite easily, but I want to be gentle so that nothing cracks or rips. I'm going to use a small pair of scissors now to trim each flower apart and then to cut off all the excess toilet paper from around each of the edges of the flowers. Even though the toilet paper is white, I want it to be the exact same color as the painted mirror, so I'm going to use the same paint that I did on the mirror to lightly paint each of the flowers. With the paint dry now, I want to add a hint of dark brown wax to each of the flowers. This is going to help bring out all of the beautiful details and give them an aged look. The last thing to do now is to arrange and attach the flowers to the mirror. Since the flowers don't need much to adhere them, I've gone ahead and put some wood glue onto a plastic lid, and I'm just going to dip the edges of the flowers right into the glue. I love how pretty this mirror is now with the flowers. It definitely needed an upgrade from the boring brown. I hope this has inspired you to grab some toilet paper and a mold as well to make your mirror lovely too.